He's the bald guy with a blank face, a discount hero costume, and a fist that ends fights in one hit. But today, before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more anime breakdowns like this. Because even Saitama, the unbeatable One Punch Man, sometimes needs more than one casual jab. And those rare moments, that's when things get interesting. So let's jump straight into the top 6 enemies that actually made Saitama put in a bit of effort. Starting off at number 6, Carnage Kabuto, from the House of Evolution. Let's rewind to the early days before meteors, monsters, or alien invaders, back when Saitama was still trying to get noticed. Enter Carnage Kabuto, a grotesque, hulking, bioengineered killing machine from the House of Evolution. The ultimate life form, as his twisted creators called him, with regenerative abilities, insane strength, and a mind full of rage. This was one of the first times we saw Saitama face a monster who wasn't instantly deleted. When Kabuto enters Carnage mode, the whole lab trembles. Genos, ever the hype man, screams that Saitama should be careful. Even the mad scientists panic, claiming that no one can survive Kabuto's rampage for a full week. Saitama's reaction? Oh, right. I missed the bargain sale at the supermarket. He blitzes Carnage Kabuto in an instant, not out of fear, but out of sheer frustration that he forgot the day of the sale. But for a moment, just a brief one, Kabuto's raw energy made even Saitama take slightly faster steps. The punch? Still one shot. But there was a second of dialogue, a flicker of tension, and the idea, however faint, that this might not be a total joke. A rare moment where Saitama's apathy is pierced, not by fear, not by power, but by urgency. To buy discounted groceries. And from there, things only get slightly more serious. Coming up next, number 5, Speedosound Sonic, the wannabe rival. Now here's a guy who really thinks he's in Saitama's league. Speedosound Sonic, the ninja with a name that sounds like a rejected Sega mascot, but moves like a flash of lightning. He's fast, agile, arrogant, and obsessed with proving himself. Their first encounter? Saitama swats away Sonic's sneak attack like he's brushing lint off his shoulder, but instead of giving up, Sonic spirals into a full-on rivalry fantasy, dedicating his life to surpassing the One Punch Man. Sonic trains, upgrades, perfects his techniques, and yes, at one point he does manage to get Saitama to dodge. That's right, dodge, which in Saitama terms is like moving a pinky finger instead of blinking. Still, it's a big deal, because Saitama usually lets hits land just to show how bored he is. But Sonic's sword swipe was fast enough to make him shift his head. Just a little, just once, then bam! Saitama counters with a casual punch to the groin. So fast and humiliating it echoes through Sonic's entire soul. And yet, Sonic keeps coming back. Again and again. Always faster, always flashier, always convinced he's getting closer. And every time, Saitama gives him a flick, a slap, a stomp, like he's dealing with a mosquito that thinks it's a dragon. Did Saitama ever get serious? No. Did he slightly acknowledge Sonic's speed? Yes. And that's why the delusional ninja earns his spot here. Next up, at number 4, a foe who actually made Saitama move with intent, and maybe, just maybe, feel the faintest buzz of adrenaline. Number 4, Boros, the Lord of the Universe. Now this was different. For the first time in the entire series, Saitama wasn't dealing with some overgrown crab, a screaming gorilla, or a discount ninja. He was facing a conqueror of galaxies, a being so powerful he wiped out civilizations for fun. The alien warlord, Boros. He wasn't just strong, he was built for battle. Regeneration, energy projection, ridiculous speed, and a suit of armor that sealed away his real power because it was too destructive. From the moment Boros appears, you can feel the tone shift. His energy alone wrecks the ship. He kicks Saitama through several walls and halfway across the moon, and for the first time ever, Saitama doesn't one-punch him. He lets Boros cook. The fight escalates like a Dragon Ball fever dream, shockwaves splitting the sky, buildings turn to ash, moon travel included. And then, Saitama uses consecutive normal punches. That's right, not a single punch, a series of punches. In a way, it's like watching a deity stretching his arms after centuries of sleep, but Boros isn't done. He unleashes his ultimate move, Collapsing Star Roaring Cannon, a planet-busting beam of pure death. Saitama's response? Serious punch, which, of course, is still casual by his standards. He doesn't just defeat Boros, he disintegrates his final attack, shatters his body, and ends it with a touch of poetic respect. Even Boros admits it. He knew he never stood a chance, but he made Saitama go just a little beyond May. It's the closest thing we've ever gotten to a real fight for him. A spark in the void of boredom, a moment of purpose. Coming up next, number 3. This one wasn't just strong, he was smart and dangerously human. Number 3, Garo, the human monster. Now here's a name that echoes through every rank of the Hero Association. Garo, the self-proclaimed hero hunter, a martial arts prodigy gone rogue, and perhaps the most complex villain in One Punch Man. Unlike the rest, Garo isn't some alien, monster, or lab experiment. He's human. But what makes him dangerous isn't just his skill, it's his evolution. Every time he gets beaten down, he comes back stronger. His style, fluid, adaptive, brutal. He studies his enemies, learns their patterns, and turns weakness into power. And he doesn't just fight heroes, he devours their spirit, crumbling their ideals, exposing their flaws. By the time he reaches his monster form, he's taken on dozens of top-tier heroes and walked away. Then comes the moment we've all been waiting for, the inevitable clash with Saitama. And Garo, he actually lands hits. Fast ones, smart ones, martial arts moves that actually make Saitama stumble. Not out of damage, but from unfamiliar technique. It throws our bald hero off. He's not used to dodging, not used to being read. And for a flicker of a second, he's engaged. But as Garo continues to evolve, fusing martial arts with monstrous transformation, Saitama begins to adapt too. Not through technique, but through raw absurdity. Teleporting through space via fart propulsion, time travel punches. Yeah, Garo might have pushed Saitama harder than anyone before. Not because he was stronger, but because he was relentless. And that made Saitama do the unthinkable. Try. Just a little. Just enough to chase Garo through space-time and teach him a final lesson in humility. Next up, number 2. A creature so unstoppable, even Saitama missed a punch on purpose. Number 2, the Cosmic Fear Mode. God Garo, the ultimate anomaly. Yes, we already talked about Garo, but this is Garo unleashed, after he taps into the forbidden power, granted by a mysterious entity known only as God. This isn't just martial arts anymore. This is cosmic horror in motion. When Garo accepts divine power, he transforms into something that bends the laws of reality. He becomes a being capable of manipulating gravity, copying nuclear energy, and warping time and space itself. Heroes fall in seconds. The battlefield becomes a swirling mess of destruction and existential dread. And yet, there's Saitama, calm as ever. At first, Garo's new form gives him an edge. He lands blows, forces Saitama to dodge. They clash through cities, through space, through the fabric of time, and then it happens. Saitama misses a punch. On purpose. Not because Garo is too fast, but because Saitama doesn't want to kill him outright. He's finally facing someone with the potential to be more. And for a brief moment, he plays along. Then Garo pushes too far. Innocents are caught in the crossfire. Time itself starts to unravel. So, Saitama goes next level ridiculous, collecting strength from parallel versions of himself across timelines, compounding his power to infinite absurdity. Eventually, he lands a punch so catastrophic it reverses time, effectively undoing Garo's godlike transformation and resetting reality. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what it takes to make Saitama go all out. Not a single opponent ever made him move this fast, hit this hard, or feel this close to losing control. But even then, Saitama never broke a sweat. He just broke reality. And yet, there's one more threat. Not a monster, not a god, but something far more dangerous. Coming up next, our number 1. Number 1, Saitama himself. You knew this was coming. Because after all the monsters, aliens, ninjas, and cosmic gods, the only real enemy that's ever made Saitama struggle is Saitama. Not physically, not in combat, but mentally, existentially. He's the strongest man alive. The strongest being in the universe. He trained so hard his hair fell out, shattered his own limits, and ascended to a level of power that no one else can even fathom. And what did he gain from it? Boredom, emptiness, isolation. No opponent can challenge him. No fight gets his blood pumping. He obliterates dragon-level threats like swatting flies. People cheer, but no one really gets him. Not even Janos. He tries to join the Hero Association and ends up ignored, ranked low, misunderstood. He saves the world and gets no credit. And that's the thing. The deeper you go into Saitama's story, the more you realize that the strongest enemy he faces isn't out there. It's the void inside, the crushing weight of being unbeatable, of watching every dream, every goal, every fight lose its meaning. He's a god with no worthy foe, a hero with no glory, a man who got everything he wanted and ended up with nothing. It's why moments like the fight with Boros or Garo's final stand matter so much. Not because they challenge his strength, but because they poke at his loneliness. They make him feel something again. And for a character built on parody that makes Saitama one of the most tragically relatable heroes in anime. So yeah, number 1 isn't the monster of the week or some celestial threat. It's the man in the mirror. And that's it. 6 enemies who almost made Saitama try. But in the end, he's still untouched, unchallenged, and unstoppable. Which fight do you think came the closest? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget, for more anime breakdowns and epic lists, subscribe to Nonagon.